Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I got my Dwayne Wangs on again. Hey, let's just talk about this market really quick, get right into it. We know what happened with this market, right? We saw how during the FOMC meeting, this is very important, during the FOMC meeting, before the FOMC meeting, I told you exactly what was going to happen within a 5-minute span. It happened, right? And that's to show you that there are cycles and there are trends that we need to keep our eyes on, okay? So I am holding this with my hand, so please forgive me. There are trends that we need to keep our eyes on because these are money-making trends. You guys saw me make 250 and 300%, right? That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the season that we are going in. Now, I've been saying these are midterms, right? And I've been telling you guys that August is in a midterm season or session that the market generally turns down. Based on historical data, there is a downtrend as much as 20% on the S&P. And because of AI being a big thing, I believe even more for AI. Don't get scared, get prepared. So what I'm going to say to you guys is we are entering into a season where the Fed was dovish. He didn't say anything hawkish. Really, he didn't. If you listen to the whole meeting, we knew he was going to stay. And the media holds the got you questions. Watch this. They start off with the softball questions. Hey, do you like holding hands and walking down the park? You know, that type of deal, right? Then they strategically ask the hardball questions towards the end of the meeting, right? So I spotted that trend and I wanted you guys to see what happened. And you can call us market makers, whatever you want. I would say you're right with market makers because they have been making plenty of money. So now I want you to look at, companies like Micron. If you look at the fundamentals of Micron, you will see that right now they're better than NVIDIA, okay? If you look at the fundamentals of, say, SanDisk, you're going to see that those fundamentals of SanDisk are better than Apple. And why do I use Apple? I know they do something totally different, but here's the money making message. Every time I get on here, there's money to be made if you listen to what I'm saying. This is a long-term opportunity for you. So we know that Apple was a darling stock. Every hedge fund, every ETF, everybody had Apple, whether you bought it or not. If you bought an ETF, there was some Apple in there, especially if it was in anything to do with tech, okay? And software. And so now Apple has had a little run here recently, but it has underperformed compared to NVIDIA when it had its ridiculous massive bull run, right? And so now there are new darling stock coming out. And when I say darling, stock that people like to have, whether it's up or down. We went through a season of that with Tesla. Tesla was a darling stock, okay? Listen, Tesla and Apple are not done. They're preparing. If you look at if you look at Apple, they're letting all of these big companies do these humongous capital expenditures, meaning they are spending billions and billions of dollars on AI. Apple's not, right? So Apple fundamentally is getting their margins corrected, right? So some of these companies are spending out more money than they have, and they're not profitable. Let's take SpaceX, for instance. SpaceX, I'm not going to be buying any SpaceX probably until next year. The price is going to dictate that, okay? So I'm not saying I'm going to wait, but I'm going to wait until after all of those millions and millions of shares get dumped onto the market, aka share dilution, if you really want to look at it, when the lockup period is out, and then I'll buy. I wasn't going to buy at 150. I wasn't going to buy at 130 or 135, and I definitely wasn't going to buy at 150. I was going to be patient and wait and make bank, okay? So what I'm saying is there's a time to be strategic. Now, we have midterms coming. What do we do in midterms? We wait. I showed you guys the last two midterms every 4 years. September to October was the buy, okay? That was the buy signal. So anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. I'm just telling you, myself, I'm going to stop referring to myself in the third person. Larry, I am cashing up. And as a matter of fact, instead of panic selling, I'm looking at some of the stuff that is green. I'm looking at some of the high risk plays that are green. I'm looking through my portfolio and I'm seeing, does this company have money? Now, I will tell you, you guys watched us, quantum computing, we made a ton of money. And I know some of your quantum computing stock are down, okay? USAR starting to get into a buy range. And then some of these other ones that are beat down, remember, they have no cash. They have no revenue, fundamentals. Then you want to look at PEs, price to earnings. You want to look at expenditure. How much are they spending? Okay. Is the valuation fair? Because now it's going to come into play. Why? Because if there is a downturn from now on until October, the ones that are fundamentally unsound are going to get punished the most. For instance, if the S&P falls by another 10 to 12%, those may fall by another 20 to 30% is what I'm saying. Okay. So now I want you to focus on good companies that you want more of and that you're going to have 5, 7, 10 years from now. Okay. That's what I want you to focus on. That's what I'm focusing on. And I'm just going to buy at the right times. And I'm going to let you guys know about it. Okay. So that's what I want you to start focusing on. As things come down, some of these stock will get oversold and you just have to buy and hold. Listen, I'm going to shift really quick and give you 2 minutes of an inspiration. I know I talk about the talents all of the time. The rich ruler and the talents. Okay. We know the story about the talents. One had like 5 talents. He gave 1 5, 1 7, I believe. Correct me. Keep me honest by correcting me. And he gave 1 1. It's the one that he gave the one I want you to focus on, right? The others doubled their talents because they invested. The one that had the 1 talent didn't. He didn't have faith, right? And the talent is, you could look at a store as a store of value, because the good book did say to the one that buried the 1 talent, the least you could have did was make interest. But this is in every aspect of our lives, our time, our talent, every aspect of our lives. The one that had the 1 talent buried it and he did not invest it. How are you investing your time? How are you investing your money? Now, he didn't have faith. We have to understand that faith has a twin called works, because faith without works is dead. So some of you have the faith, but you don't have the works. You don't study anything. You just wait for people to tell you what to do. You're not taking 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day to study basic charting or options. So why am I saying this? If the market is coming down, you can make money. You saw what I did on Wednesday. You saw me make up to 300%. You saw me make $10,000 in about 10 minutes. And I'm saying that you could do it too, right? So come and join us in Money Moves. Take this period to learn. It's not a time to retreat and go hide, stick your head in the sand like an ostrich. It's a time to be studying and getting ready, because there's a sale coming. We don't live in fear. we live in favor. So if you have faith, find the works. Don't bury the one talent. Don't bury your talent. Invest it and get a return, right? We'll see you tomorrow, Monday, and we will be live trading Monday morning in Money Moves. Come and join us. But if not, take this message and apply it. Go through every one of your stock and look at, does this company have money? And if you don't know how to find that, just Google it. I showed you guys how to find it over and over and over. Okay. I'll continue showing you guys, because I know that there's new people here, but in all of the fear that's going to come, if there's a downturn, there's going to be opportunity, tons of opportunity. The greatest transfer of wealth in the history of the world is not just the older generation handing down money, because that's happening. It's also a shifting of money. The good book says the wealth of the wicked is stored for the just, right? Are you the just? Okay. The wealth of the wicked was made on the backs of your mama, your daddy, your grandmama, your granddaddy, your great grandmama, your great granddaddy, and you. Okay. And us. It's made off of our backs. How do we get it? It has to be shifted. You have to prepare for the shift. It's not going to come without the works. You can have the faith, but it's not going to come without the works. Okay. So when we could sit on our cell phones and make money, shifting, getting money from the institutions, I call that a wealth shift. Position yourself to receive. I'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Hey, good people. How you doing? Yours truly, Stock Up with Larry Jones. I've been added to the second annual Rise and Rhythm Cruise 2027. This lineup is insane. I'll be speaking on your money and your purpose. So book your ticket right now at riseandrhythmcruise.com. We'll see you there.